Some stories begin with a phone call in the middle of the night. Some begin with a knock at the door. Some begin with flashing lights at the end of a driveway. This one began with something quieter than any of those. This one began with a smell. February 11th, 2000, Odessa, Missouri, a small town. The kind of place where people leave their doors unlocked and know their neighbors by name. The kind of place where nothing like this is ever supposed to happen. On the property of a woman named Linda Parker, there was a basement apartment. It sat beneath the main house, accessed by a side door and a flight of wooden stairs. It was modest, private, a place where someone could disappear from the world for a while. And for the past several days, that is exactly what had happened. The apartment had been silent, very, very silent. Linda ***. The man living in that basement apartment was named Daniel Parker. He was 39 years old. He was her husband's cousin, and he had been staying there for some time. By all accounts, Daniel was a quiet man, thoughtful, a little withdrawn, but more than anything, the people who knew him would describe him this way. When life became too heavy, Daniel went still. He would retreat, close the door, go somewhere inside himself that no one else could reach. It wasn't unusual. It wasn't alarming. The family had learned over the years that this was simply Daniel's way. He needed his space. He needed his silence. And when he was ready, he always came back. So when the family hadn't seen him in a few days, nobody panicked. Nobody called. Nobody knocked. They gave him the space he always asked for. And then Linda noticed it. A smell. It was faint at first. Something she couldn't quite place. But it was there, hanging in the air, near the side of the house, near the door that led downstairs. Linda walked to that door. She opened it. The smell grew stronger. She called Daniel's name. No answer. She descended the stairs, slowly, one step at a time. The smell was worse now. Thick, wrong. And then she saw him. Daniel Parker was sitting in his armchair. His body was angled toward the window, as though in his final moments he had wanted to look outside, as though he had wanted to see the sky one last time. He was completely still. She said his name again, louder this time. He did not move. She took another step toward him, and in that moment, before she even fully understood what she was seeing, Linda Parker knew. There is a particular kind of knowing that doesn't come from your brain. It comes from somewhere deeper, somewhere older, a knowing that arrives in the body before the mind has words for it. Linda felt it in that moment. Daniel Parker was gone. Aftermath ***. Daniel had taken his own life. The details of how are not something we will linger on here. They are not the point. The point is this. A family had lost someone, suddenly, without warning, without the chance to say goodbye. And none of them, not one single person who loved Daniel Parker, could understand why. There had been no note left in plain sight, no explanation, no goodbye. He had simply been there one day and then he was gone. His family was left in the kind of silence that grief carves out, hollow and vast and full of questions that have no answers. What was he feeling in those final days? Was he suffering? Did he reach out and were the signals missed? Or did he hide it so well that there was nothing to find? These are the questions that follow a family forever after something like this. They were the questions that followed the Parkers, and they would carry them quietly, painfully, into the days that came after. In the days that followed, the family began the difficult task of clearing out the apartment. Anyone who has ever done this for someone they've lost knows how strange it is, how each object carries the weight of a person who is no longer there to hold it. It was Daniel's older brother Mark who was doing the clearing, working through the apartment room by room, doing the thing that grief sometimes asks of us. Keep moving. He reached the bedroom. He crouched down beside the bed, and that is when he saw it. Pushed beneath the bed frame, partially hidden, was a briefcase. It was black, latched shut, and taped to the top of it, carefully, deliberately, were 3 envelopes. 3 envelopes, each one bearing a different name, each one addressed to a member of the family. Mark stared at them for a moment. His brother's handwriting. His brother's hand had pressed down on that tape. His brother had placed those envelopes there, knowing that one day someone would find them. Mark reached for the envelope with his own name on it. He turned it over, and written across the back of the envelope, in bold, heavy letters, for words that stopped him cold asterisk. Music swell cue. Insert eerie build here in editing. Hold 3s, then fade to silence. Mark Parker set the envelope down. He didn't open it. He couldn't. Not alone. A briefcase, hidden beneath a dead man's bed. 3 envelopes, 3 names, and a message that told the person who found it, do not face what is inside. Here, alone, asterisk asterisk. What did Daniel Parker know? What was he trying to say, and why couldn't he say it while he was still alive? What had he been carrying for so long that the only way he could pass it on was to leave it locked in a briefcase beneath his bed, addressed to the people he was leaving behind? These are the questions at the heart of this story, and we are going to answer every single one of them. My name is Host Name, and this is Do Not Open Alone. This has been part 1, The Discovery. Part 2 is coming, and when it does,